Okay, so welcome to another episode of the Other Guys Podcast. I am Special K.
This is Dimes.
And I'm Moves.
Yep, and there's a lot of stuff happening in the news, guys. Did you hear about those allegations that some of the guys have been going through?
Yep. Harvey Weinstein,
Ben Affleck,
Kevin Spacey, Jeremy Piven.
The list continues.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch. So yeah, there's been a lot been happening in the media, about these guys being accused of doing some pretty nasty stuff. Some of it could be true. Some of it might not. But I just want to know, what do you guys think? What do you think of these allegations?
What are the allegations?
Okay.
Well, it depends on the guy we're talking about too.
Okay, no, but you know what? Because I'm gonna post a link to the article. Like, I'm gonna attach it to this pod and on our Twitter so people can look it up. But just to give you a rundown of some of these guys, Ben Affleck accused of touching a girl back in the day inappropriately. This was back on an MTV thing.
Like, are we doing like a case by case study here, or are we just talking about the overall?
Yeah, overall.
Basically, let's just call them the MVPs of the guys who are getting knocked around right now.
Most valuable perverts.
There you go. Yeah. So, Andy Dick's on that list apparently, but then Andy Dick apparently got accused of licking people. I don't know. Dustin Hoffman. He's 80 years old right now, and he went back long back time in the 80s. Apparently, he inappropriately talked about sex to a girl or an underage girl, something about like an egg in her pussy. I don't know. That's one thing. Jeremy Piven from Entourage touching breasts at the Playboy Mansion. So
is that his only accusation?
There's from the article. I'm saying that he's groped women and he's touched them.
He kind of just looks like a pervert, doesn't he? Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, like he's like that Weinstein guy. He's
the
like
top guy.
Yo, he's the
top guy right now, right? He apparently has like
Wikipedia. I checked Wikipedia, and I think it was like 77 women.
Yeah.
Accused him of sexual assault or sexual harassment, and then I think there's 12 or 13 that are accusing him of rape, I think.
Yeah, so there's different degrees. There's allegations of inappropriate stuff, touching, saying things, and then there's legit, rape.
Well, obviously that's
right, and
crazy.
That's the big stuff, right? And yeah, there's a lot of guys on this list. Bob Weinstein, which is his brother or whoever it is. Kevin Spacey.
Yeah,
and I'm a fan of House of Cards.
I heard they're gonna are they pulling the show off Netflix?
I have no idea.
Netflix has said they're done with him.
Yeah.
The people who make the show for Netflix, they're not saying that. They're saying he's suspended right now. Mm. They're trying to they're probably buying time to talk to Netflix. Mm. Because they probably don't want, because they planned on one more season, right?
Yeah.
So they're probably like, fuck, we got to try to get one more season, or at least bring him back to end his arc, somehow write him out.
Kill him again.
Somehow write him out, yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, so all these guys are getting accused of doing these things. Some of it has happened in the far past or, pretty long ago. Yeah. And then some of it is pretty recent, pretty recent, right? But I kind of want to know. One of the questions I want to know is why now?
That's what I'm. That's what I want.
Why now? Yeah. Why is this happening now?
I'm just curious. Why is all these accusations coming at once?
Okay.
Sorry. Continue.
When they happen, why don't these women or guys?
At the time.
Why don't these women or guys just come forward right away?
Yeah.
And how do you know what's bullshit and what's not bullshit? Because all of a sudden, overnight, you have all these allegations. Yeah. How do you know what's true and not? You know what I mean? Yeah. How do you determine that?
That's the real trick. But yeah.
Well, I think like you said, allegations, right? Immediately, I'm just we're talking about that because you brought that up. Is that they're all allegations? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Until. Well, I mean, fuck, that's what, chances are it's all fucking true. But I think, if it's coming from a successful actress, mm-hmm. Or person in the industry, it's pretty credible. You know, like this is pretty credible stuff. Like, you know, you got to be like, fuck, maybe there is something there, because like, why would they decide to bring it up? Like, you know, they probably have money. Their career, like, we've heard their names, we know who they are, so they have a career, you know. So I would say, yeah, I think like maybe the unknowns, but I would say that there's probably a ton of unknowns that this happened to.
Of course, yeah. But
like, you're gonna get some that are just gonna say this happened to me too.
Yeah,
because they want to get in on it, you know, because they maybe don't have a career and they don't have money.
# me too.
Yeah, so they're going to do that and be like, well, what's your story? And they're going to say something, and like, nobody's going to remember, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, maybe, but I think there's probably, in all of these people, like, if there's mass accusations, like this guy, like, it seems like obviously he's been a fucking weirdo for a while now, like, you know, he's probably done it to a lot of people, obviously, and, you know,
I mean, if it's one person,
why it's happening now is that people are actresses or people were afraid to say something, right? Yeah. Like they didn't want to come out because he was a very powerful movie producer, and everybody apparently knew about it. It's just like it's kind of like if fucking you go into a store and you know the owner's a fucking asshole. It's like, fuck, but the fucking food there is really good. You know, like, it's you know, he's going to freak out. Like, you just know somebody's going to get yelled at.
Yeah.
But it's totally different. I'm not saying, like, you know, putting that on the same thing, but it's like you're doing business with somebody, or how many fucking people know construction workers or people in any industry that they're just fucking assholes, or they're just a fucking bad person.
Yeah.
You fucking still do business with them, and they treat you like shit, or they treat your employees or people like they treat their own people like shit. But fuck, they do good work. You know what I mean? Well, does that validate it though? Is that acceptable?
No,
too,
but here's the thing: at the top, it's like these people that get into power. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're nice people. Sometimes power corrupts.
No, right? Just like fucking money, man. These people, it goes back to the money. They're movie producers. They finance movies.
Do you think that the reason why they're doing
money?
Yeah, but do you think they're doing all this rapey stuff because they have the money, or do you think if Harvey Weinstein
can?
Yeah, but if he was so if Harvey Weinstein was just the regular Joe Blow, do you think he would have still be doing these types of acts in that type of way?
That's a good question.
I think he would be.
That's a good question.
I think he would be.
He probably wouldn't have got away with it for this long. Right?
You know what?
Okay,
yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah, that's true. He would have been called out, or a girl would have turned around and fucking planted a fist into his face.
But having that power, almost like it's like a door opening.
There's a story, right? It was Gwyneth
Paltrow.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah,
she said that he, early 90s, mid 90s or something, when she was young, coming up. He something with her. I can't remember if it was just verbal or if he fucking tried to like get her up in a room somewhere. But at the time, her boyfriend, I'm pretty sure it was her, was Brad Pitt.
Oh yeah.
So she told Brad Pitt, and then Brad Pitt went and confronted this Weinstein cat and was going to knock him out and threaten him. And Brad Pitt, like, this was when like Brad Pitt was already a bit of a name. Like he was coming up, like he'd already had a couple of good movies.
Yeah.
So like he didn't like Weinstein. Yeah, maybe he wouldn't do business with him, but I don't know if he ever did after that. But like, I think he apologized, or I don't know. Something happened.
Yeah.
Where Brad Pitt didn't take that shit. Like he was like, "What happened?"
Yeah.
And he was gonna go and knock that fucker out, right? But nobody ever said nothing. Like how many other actresses, like, you know, and agents were like, "Oh yeah, don't be alone with the guy."
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, some of these actresses on that list with allegations, some of them I can't remember who, but some of them said, they tried to come forward, but it kind of got swept under the rug.
Yeah, so, people were told, like, are you nuts? Like, if you say something, your career's over.
Yeah.
Like, because he's in cahoots with all the old producers, right? All the old money that are making movies. Like, you don't want, or they all co-finance and all this bullshit. Like, it's tough for them, but he's fucking a weird guy. Like the stuff where he's like, massages. It's all with this guy. It's all about massages. Like fucking, weird, I'll massage you. You massage me. I need. How about I take my pants off? Like, I don't. You know, here's the thing.
Yeah,
he's got no game. You'd figure for a guy that's around
Yeah.
the industry, like, and basically the old school casting couch, like, you'd fucking develop like a bit of a skill to be like not a creep and not like a total dick about it. Like, you could maybe actually, well, I'm not saying like, you know, fucking use the force on them, but I'm saying like, okay, like, you're gonna do it, but maybe you could be like a bit better at it. Like,
no, but that's the thing. The having that power, almost like it's like you don't even have to try. It's like, you know,
but
the
how
average
many girls
guy
did it on purpose? Like, how many?
Well, that's
girls
another
were
thing.
Like, you mean if I just do this?
Yeah.
I'm in. Like, I might get a role.
Yeah.
And how many of them haven't said shit?
Okay, but here's another thing.
Or now they're saying me too, and it's like, but you fucking did it.
And that's what I want to get to as well.
You know,
if
it doesn't make it acceptable for him, but
definitely the act is wrong, and you know what they did was wrong, and exploiting it that way was wrong. But I want to know if a person or if a female back in the day consented to doing that, because at the end, you know, if she's like, if Harvey was, you know, whipping his dick out and it's like,
even if they did,
you know, does she really have a right to complain now?
It depends, but yeah, maybe. You know? I mean, like, if she went in thinking like, oh, this is a meeting, and then all of a sudden he's like, well, I mean, if you take your top off and give me a fucking massage, I'll put you in my movies. I'll give you a nice role. You know, like, she went in thinking like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know, meeting, and now it's turning into this. But I mean, fuck, for like a starving actor or an actress, like, maybe this ain't a bad deal. You know, like, maybe I do this. I'm in, like, this guy's a pretty fucking big heavyweight. Like, you know, if I get on his good side, like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Like, basically, they're doing something. Maybe even it's just a massage. You know, like, I'm not saying they getting down and dirty. Yeah, like, fuck, they're coerced into it.
Yeah, do you think,
you know,
I mean, like, obviously
it's the pressure of power, and, you know, I won't have a career.
Yeah.
Potentially, if I leave here and say fuck you, you know?
But do you think that it's, look, obviously getting coerced into it is wrong and it shouldn't have happened in the first place, but do you think that them complaining about it 20, 30 years after, is it still valid, or
like, you're talking about statute of limitations?
Yeah,
Is there a statute of limitations?
Is there a statute of limitation when it comes to these things?
I think well, I mean, it doesn't make it right.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that for some people, not with him, because he seems to have never stopped.
Okay.
But I think for some people, like, some of the other people on your list,
George W. Bush.
Well, I don't know. Like, maybe it depends. Like, I look at it when.
Okay.
Like, if you look at, I'm not like me. I don't have any of these allegations, obviously. But if you any behavior,
yes,
people grow up. Right? People will get older. So if somebody, like, if somebody on the list was in their, let's say, fucking early 20s, and they drank a lot and they're partying and they're in the fucking social lifestyle of Hollywood, who knows, man? And back in the day, people are doing fucking coke and who knows what the fuck's going on, right? They might have done something. They might have said something. They might have touched someone. Like, they might have fucking totally done something at a party or a fucking who knows where.
Yeah.
You know, because that's fucking, they were just young and dumb and, you know, an idiot. Doesn't make it right.
Okay.
But now they're 50
Yeah.
or 60 or 70 years old, and you're going back 35 years, 40 years. And I mean, if they're in their 30s, you're just being dumb.
Yeah.
But if they're like in early 20s and shit, like, fuck. Like, I'm like, you know what? Now they're 50.
Yeah.
55.
So
you think they're still doing that? Like, and if they're not, like, you know what I mean?
Do they
Nobody
get a
else
pass?
is coming out. I'm not saying they get a pass because their behavior is still not right, because it's not cool. But, like, you know,
yeah. But what if
it's one of those things? Like, I'm not hearing the context.
Okay.
Of these incidents, right? We're not getting that. We're just getting, this guy did this and this is how it happened. But we weren't at the party. We don't know. Get me witnesses.
Okay, so then, like, to get specific, Jeremy Piven is at a Playboy party and he's touching boobs.
You're at the Playboy Mansion.
So is that, yeah, okay.
Okay, well, see, I'm immediately dismissing it. Maybe it's not a playmate. Maybe it was a fucking cook.
But how?
Maybe it was a waitress or a server.
Maybe he didn't know that, though.
What do you mean he didn't know that?
No,
fuck,
I don't know. Do we have the details?
Listen, I go into a Mandarin. I know where the buffet is. I know where the food is.
Okay.
I'm not fucking eating the lunch off the cook's desk. Like, I'm not going
I get it,
in the back or taking food out of
we
people.
don't know what it's like in the Playboy Mansion, right? Like, are the servers half naked? We don't know. Maybe he touched a server. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Listen, I think if you go there...
I've always wanted to go there, though.
Me too, man.
I think
Like-
if you go to the Playboy party, you're
Is
not
that
going to
the
try.
adult as a guy? Is that the adult Disneyland? Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you're a kid, you want to go to Disneyland, and then when you get older, it's like you want to go to
Yeah.
the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah, pretty
Like,
much.
it's just like the Magic Kingdom
Yeah, pretty
in a
much.
different way.
I've always wanted to go
I
there,
don't
man.
know.
But you got to be a baller.
I never thought I'd link Disney and the Playboy Mansion into the same.
So it was a playmate. He ended up touching a playmate inappropriately.
It doesn't mean she wanted it.
Okay.
But maybe, like, was this his first time there or something? Like, maybe he didn't know how it works. Like, I don't know. But who knows?
okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, but hold on. It comes down to, like, I mean, how things work. Like
What do you know? But like,
in
what do you do
general,
when you're there,
I mean,
don't people hook up there? Like, I don't know.
Yes.
yes,
Yeah, so
they do.
maybe he's trying to hook up. I don't know.
It's not even why I'd like to go there.
Why do you want to go there?
Fuck, man. The history.
There is a lot of history there.
yeah.
Yeah. No, but it's from a. You know what it is?
Man, that guy was awesome.
It's a relic of a different, and that's what it's a relic of a different time. Back in the day, men went there to be men.
But this is the
Like, in
point.
terms of-
but it was even today
Yeah.
in today's society.
Yeah.
like people. Yeah, okay. Like, I mean, people. It was isolated off into its and what it was, and Playboy changed, and they stopped being. They actually kind of turned into like more of a coffee. Well, I mean, there's still nudity,
Yeah.
but like they did articles and interviews and like some pretty good shit, right? Like.
No, they became a legit
Like, yeah,
reading
they did some
material.
legit reading. Like,
Yeah.
I'm here. I am saying, yeah, Playboy for the reading. But it really turned into that for a lot of people. Like,
Yeah.
I know people that still have a subscription
Yeah.
and they just leave it on their coffee table.
Yeah, I don't
because their nudity is more acceptable, artful, a little more. It's not smut.
I don't think they have. I don't think they have full nudity anymore.
I don't know. Maybe they don't. It's
'Cause
been years since I've seen one. But,
Yeah.
you know, like, I just read the articles. Like,
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, this is linked from Playboy. I read the article.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, cool, Michael Jordan or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But it became, more of a different type of magazine. And Hugh Hefner and the Playboy Mansion it was just there.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, people had a problem with it, whatever. But more often than not, people were just like, it is what it is. It's a legend, It turned into a legendary place. And he was a legendary guy that had all these playmates living with him and all his wives or whatever the fuck they were.
Yeah.
I don't know how he had it running, but I don't know. But we basically accepted it.
Yeah.
Until to now, like the guy just died, and we're still accepting it.
But do you think that's one of the reasons why all this allegation stuff is coming out now?
Maybe.
Because back in the day, there used to be a time period when men could go around and slap their.
I think that what's happened is the tip of the iceberg hit with that fat fuck Weinstein.
Yeah.
And everybody else is like, and I'm not saying that this girl was wrong at all for calling out this Piven or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, why now? Like, I mean, Hugh's gone, sure, but I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think it's because everybody's calling anybody out, and any girl or woman that has had an incident, they're just saying it. Like, they're like, well, this happened to me here by this guy, and like, okay, that happened. Like, you know what I mean? I think that's what it is. I think it's just it's a movement now.
Yeah.
Like, it's a movement, and she just happens to be somebody that had something like that happen. I wonder, is he the only one that ever did it to her, or was he a dick about it? You know, like,
maybe he's the one that. Well, okay, that's another thing. What does this mean for guys in general?
Like, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Are we now in a time period where a guy we're okay? We're getting into a time period where we can't really. We men were allowed to get away with so much back in the day. Some of it was definitely bad, right? I mean, like the equality and all that stuff. And now we're finally learning to be a little bit more appropriate. I get that. Men are supposed to be appropriate. We're not supposed to do, no means no, right? That's definitely a thing.
Yeah, of course.
But I want to know.
there was never a time where that meant something else. But no.
Mad Men, the 50s. No meant maybe later.
Maybe later. Not rape.
No. Okay, look. What I'm saying is there's been a change in society, right? Okay. Do you think a man of yesteryear is the same as a man today? Take a man of 1950s stature, a man of 2017. Do you really think they're the same people? Do you really think they're the same people?
No, obviously not.
This guy's sending out dick pics. This other guy's, doing other stuff.
Yeah, no. Men from the 50s were, I would say, probably much more manly, right?
Okay. Why?
Just because of the life. Like, just because of your, like, the way the world was and, like, the way everything was. And yes, it was a man's world.
Okay.
But I think they were harder workers, probably. Mm-hmm. And they had to fucking go through a lot, right? Like, if you were a man, like an adult male, I don't know. Like, there was fucking wars, man, in the 40s. Like, I mean, World War II just happened. Like, there was always wars. And, like, these guys witnessed all that shit. Like, there was, like, fucking family members going to war, like, coming home, people dying. Like, you didn't know. Like, the world was weird. So they fucking worked or whatever and, like, put food on the table, hopefully, and the women, it was different for women. And, yes, times have changed. And now, like, there's fucking, and I'm sure there was back then, like, fucking kids or men that grow up into men. I wouldn't even call them men now. But, like, they have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
Like, keep the equality, obviously, and everything that the women have and everybody has now, like, fucking, races and all, obviously.
Yeah.
But if it was the same, man, there'd be a lot of fucking people with fucking that would have to wake the fuck up and get out there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I don't know, man. Yeah, different time.
Okay, so I'm just I don't know.
Different time.
I just feel like these guys. Do you think that do you think that there are some men that are accused today that are kind of exempt because they grew up in a certain different time? Or do you think that all guys, do you think it's like, well, you know what, all the guys that are coming out now, they should all be penalized for their past sins?
I think it depends what it is.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it depends what it is. I don't think it's never really been socially acceptable.
Okay.
That's my opinion, even like back in the day. Now it's
to
just
do what?
For all these like, allegations and stuff.
Okay, but like what's
what? What's in it? Like, what's worth it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what can you have? Like in the 50s?
Yeah.
Like it's women aren't any different. Like, it's just do you think they wanted to get their ass smacked? Like, probably not. Like,
yeah. What do you think of ass smacking?
What do I think of ass smacking?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
No, what do you think of it?
Like in general?
Yeah,
what kind of question is this, man?
No,
I think there's a couple of things. I don't know. Like,
no, I want to know, like, what's
like, okay, obviously, yeah, like, you can't just go up to, like, are you talking, you can't just go up to a chick and smack her ass? No.
Okay, I know you can't, but if let's say
this ain't a baseball team.
No, but let's say this is Mr. Dimes in the 1950s working in his office. Would you take the and let's say your office crush is coming by?
No, man,
you wouldn't. Why?
Man, I've never been to the 50s anyway.
Because he's a product of today.
Today's
exactly.
Okay.
I would never do that.
Because he grew up in a different society.
What about you, Mr. Moves? You're a little bit.
I'm not from the 50s. No matter how. I'm not
easy there, eh? Easy there.
I just want to know if
far
anybody
back, man. I don't go that far back at all.
Okay. I just want to know if anybody condones ass slapping.
No. Like, fuck, man. Like, is it okay if I think it's fine for a couple teammates on a baseball team, you tap because that happens. It's still in the game. It's weird, right? It's fucking weird, but it still happens.
Yeah,
it's fucking a little weird, but it still happens.
It's still a thing, yeah.
No, man, and I don't know. All I'm saying about that is that a big component is education.
Okay.
And these guys and people back then, they might have been smart people when it came to, their job or other things, man. But society as a whole wasn't smart or like reluctantly moving forward into today's world, right?
Yeah.
So these people were brought up that way where it's like, women this and fuck, like different, right?
Yeah.
Today you don't get that, but you still do.
Yeah.
Like guys are out there, man. It's I don't know. This goes back to like guys treat girls like shit now and girls put up with it.
Yeah.
And that just goes into dating and life and like how many losers like fucking aren't harassing. How many normal girls? That's a good question. How many normal chicks are out there today riding the bus, getting solicited by some fucking loser you know, that's just like, yo, what's up?
Catcalling.
And totally, catcalling
Yeah.
or whatever. Maybe, you know, grab them by the arm, pinch them on the arm. Like, I don't know. Maybe these guys aren't bold enough to be fucking just straight up ass grabbing.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully not. But like, it's turned into something else. I think that back then, maybe they weren't acting like that. Maybe they were walking up and patting a girl on the ass and being like, you know, hey, doll face, you know. Where now guys maybe aren't doing the ass smack, but they're fucking dumb. And they're like, fucking, hey, what's up? And
Well, no,
like, you know, Netflix and chill, 12-inch
Yeah,
sub.
but here's the thing.
You know?
I
And
don't.
it's like, fuck.
I don't think these guys are dumb. I think what's happening is these guys are confused because, like, we see like
No,
young guys.
they're dumb.
No, because young guys are coming up and they're like, okay, well, I know if I be the nice guy, that's not going to get me anywhere because the nice guys always lose. At the same time, if I become a Harvey Weinstein and just whip up my dick, that's not going to get me anywhere. So,
yeah, so
it's
I guess,
funny that
I guess what you're saying is like they're confused. Maybe
Where-
they either tread lightly. They don't know what to do.
yeah, yeah,
I can see that. I can see that.
They're kind of
Tread
like
lightly.
well, it's
I can see what he's saying.
Yeah, because it's like the extremes. It's like you either become too nice and don't get any, or you become a freaking freak. It gets sexually, you know, sexual allegations against you, and you're there. It's like where's that in between of like, okay,
fine line,
and I think a lot of guys just don't know where that is.
You cannot harass.
Okay.
No, well, yeah,
a person.
He's not saying that.
And like,
No.
I wouldn't recommend walking into like the coffee shop
Yeah.
and seeing a, you know, good looking girl,
Okay.
you know, and making a lewd comment to her while you're
Okay.
waiting for your cappuccino. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
you could. you fucking nothing's stopping you. It's just
So what's the fine line?
why
Yeah,
would that
what's-
work?
but
Why would that
Mr.
work?
Moves.
Which is
Okay,
you're
okay.
not a
Moves,
movie
what's the fine
producer.
line?
Why? But that's my point. You're not a fucking movie producer.
Yeah.
Idiots wandering the street harassing chicks. You're nothing.
Okay.
You're just a fucking guy.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
So what's the textbook? What's the instruction book?
There's no textbook on how to harass
No,
women.
no. How to walk that fine line of not being a loser and, you know, like being trampled over by
But
these
that's
girls.
see, well,
and at the same
see that leads
you know?
into what well, okay.
You know.
I wanted to bring that up to say, at what point, as a man now, I'm not talking about like these fucking like the Weinstein guy, like that. Certain people are doing weird shit where it's not acceptable. You know what I mean? Like they're doing weird fucking shit. Like,
Bill Cosby and
you know, just because a girl's filming a movie with you doesn't mean it's cool for you to fucking grab her tits. You know what I mean? That doesn't make it okay.
Yeah.
She, you know, but I mean, fuck, if you're like dating her or you're going out fucking every night and getting it on in the hotel room and nobody knows about it,
Yeah.
but then you do it on the set.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm like, okay, maybe the person is confused because they're like, well, we got to think. But if that's not the case, then yeah, the guy's in the wrong.
Yeah.
But at what point is it like, so you can't meet girls? Like, this is what basically it's going to happen is that, like, does society not want guys to, like, how are people supposed to do it?
Tinder.
No, right? Yeah,
We're
like
not.
fucking
We're getting
no
rid of-
touching, no
no
looking,
touching, no looking, just straight up swipe right, swipe
But
left.
yeah, but I mean,
But
how
see-
many times, like, fucking, you go to a bar or a club or whatever, and you have music's loud, you had some drinks, and you're fucking talking, you know, hey, well, oh, fuck, you're drinking that? What the
Yeah.
fuck is that? All of a sudden, you move in, and, like, it's like, oh, okay, and you put your arm around a girl, because you're talking to her,
Yeah,
and you,
but is it
okay,
gonna be
let's
like,
have a
oh,
drink
shit?
together. Yeah, oh, shit. You know what I mean? Oh, shit. And now, I mean, fuck,
Yeah,
how many girls
so-
are getting grinded up in there? Is that
Yeah.
a Me Too moment? I guess it is now. You know what I mean? I guess it is, but I don't know. Like, fuck, it's just one of those things where everybody could say it.
But here,
Are guys saying it?
I think it's just a very, very weird time right now because there's mixed messages going around. Like, how many times have you gone to a club and you've seen a guy grinding on a girl, but then the guy, you know, and the girl's like, oh, ew. But then if it's another guy, she'll be like, oh yeah, it's cool. It's like it's like it works for some people, it doesn't work for others.
Well,
There's no universal.
Personal space is personal space, right? And that's like nobody should be doing anything. I mean, it could be. You could say it's implied that the person's cool with it if they're dancing with you. Like, I mean, I don't know, but. I mean, I think if it's work stuff, like the professional world, obviously, like if you're going somewhere for a meeting,
Yeah.
like, yeah, come to my hotel room, talk about the movie or whatever, and then I get there and all of a sudden you want to take your pants off and have a massage. Yeah, that's not a business meeting. That's old school casting couch.
Yeah.
You know, and I guess for many years it was acceptable.
Yeah.
And it was like a playground for these guys. It doesn't make it right.
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't know.
What I don't understand, just to go back for a second.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is, okay, we know that the nice guy, it doesn't work. They don't get far. Would you say that's true or false?
No, it's not. It's not. Like I would say that you can be nice, but everybody has to develop a bit of a. You gotta have an identity, man. You gotta have an edge too, or a sharpness.
What is that edge and sharpness? What does that mean?
Like you gotta
be yourself. So be a nice guy, but be yourself. Is that what you're saying?
Be yourself, but at the same time, like you gotta know what you want.
Okay. So being a nice guy could work. That's what I'm trying to get at here.
Yeah, absolutely, because if the girl was with a guy that was a dick, man,
which some are, yeah.
No, right, but then they've developed a complex, right? Like this is what they're perpetually going to do.
Yeah.
And you don't want that.
Yeah.
You don't want to be with a girl that's all fucked in the head and wants to be treated like shit or be with an asshole. Like, why? And then what? I can pretend to be a dick or I'll treat her bad? Like, no,
like, I'm not trying to justify any negative actions. I'm just trying to understand where that negative behavior stems from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe because some guys are think, being a nice guy doesn't work, and then they act that way.
If that's what they want, let them have it.
That's the only thing I can think of. I don't know why that happens.
But a girl might think you're a nice guy, and then another girl might think you're a fucking asshole.
I doubt it. I'm pretty nice.
No, I guarantee.
Some of them.
I guarantee. It could be you. It could be you. It could be me. To a girl over here or whatever, I'm a dick. Over here, I'm a nice guy. I'm the sweetest guy in the world.
That's fair.
But I'm just me.
Yeah.
And I'm saying some guys are just losers and just dicks, and like they still pull, and like girls want it, and it's like, okay, fine, be together. I don't want to get in on that, ever. You shouldn't either. Let these people just fucking get treated badly.
How many times have you heard with the nice guy, you talk to a girl and she's like, oh yeah, he was a nice guy, but he just wasn't exciting enough, right? And it's like,
but what does that mean? He's not exciting enough. Like, what does that mean? What does that mean?
Well, you know what's funny?
Yeah.
As you get a bit older, right? Yeah. It's like responsibilities kick in. Like you got a fucking job and you got to go to work, which means you can't fucking drink your face off until 4 a.m.
Yeah.
You stop smoking dope, maybe. Like, you start doing things. You start growing up. You start being like, well, fuck, I don't have money to just go out every night, or I don't have, I can't just drop of a hat, fucking take off to fucking Mexico or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Just can't do it. Got shit to do.
Yeah.
And then, I know people and I've known girls where I've heard that, where like, it's like, well, we're in a rut. Or, like it's just not exciting. I mean, it's no problem with the sex life.
Yeah.
And, the thing is, what was I saying? I was distracted right there. I ran off topic. I think I saw a fly. I just, you know what I'm saying, right?
No, I know.
Is that you can't, it just annoys me, man.
Yeah. So I just want to know with all the allegations on the guys, that these guys are getting accused of. I know all these girls are coming up. Because I mean, girls. What would your advice be to the girls that are going through this now? Like, do you think they should, do you think they all should just immediately be like, okay, well, I got to speak up right away? Or do you think it's case by case?
It could be personal.
I mean, catcalling, let it slide. But you know what? If you get slapped on the ass, call it out. What's the line? What's the advice for
everyone's affected differently? I don't know.
At the end of these girls are going through stuff that we're never gonna understand. But what do you think? If we can help as guys, what do you think we can help out?
Well, I definitely think if something happens, they should come forward.
Okay.
Rather sooner than later.
Okay, but what do you mean? Like what happens? Like, do you? What if let's say your girlfriend.
Listen.
Yeah.
I get I've heard this before where something happens to a chick and I guess they don't come forward because I think they say they feel embarrassed or they don't want their parents to know or they don't want anyone to know. So then they don't come forward, right?
Okay.
I still think that they should come forward. No matter how embarrassing it is or whatever, because it sounds like it's haunting these girls.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Now, as a guy, Well,
Yeah.
what would you do if you spotted this? What if you had a friend of a friend, or let's say you had a friend, and all of a sudden he's like, "Listen, man, I'm gonna go over, invite her to my place, and ask her for a massage. I'm gonna do some creepy stuff."
Okay, I don't think anyone would be like, "Yo, I'm going to do some creepy stuff straight up like
Yeah,
that."
I think it's context, man. It's like, if it's like, yeah, you want to come over and chill or whatever,
Yeah.
and then like, if you sell it as, order a pizza, watch Netflix, and like whatever, get like have a drink and chill.
Yeah.
But then they show up, and then you're like, being weird, or like, I don't know, man. It depends. Like, if you're going to sexually assault them, like, no, that's not good. Like, that's not cool.
Are you going to call out if one of your friends...
You got to learn how to read the room.
Yeah.
Pick up on the subtleties of whether or not she wants sexual advancements.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can't force it.
Okay.
I think that there's a difference though. Like workplace harassment is totally different. And like, that's the problem, is that how many fucking, women are working for guys that are probably just fucking all day long saying bullshit to them.
What?
You know what I mean? All day long, just saying bullshit to them.
What if
just one of those?
What if she works at a strip club and she's a stripper?
Well, they're going to expect certain comments about their physical appearance.
Yeah.
But, I'm sure they don't want to get sexually assaulted.
Okay.
Of course not.
It doesn't, nothing makes it okay. Nothing will make that okay.
Yeah.
Unless they say cool or, like whatever.
Okay.
Maybe ask them, Maybe ask them. Be like, is it cool
as a customer?
As a customer? Well, if you're the boss, maybe that's one environment where you're kind of creepy if you're doing that, right?
Okay.
Like, and it might be considered harassment.
Right.
Well, it's always considered harassment.
Right. So a general rule of thumb when it comes to, the ladies, no means no, right? And when it comes to like touching, what are your thoughts on the whole? Like, let's say somebody offers you, what's the whole touch? Like, how do you know the touching is? What's a good touch and what's a bad touch?
If you don't want to be touched, you don't want to be touched. That's it. Like, if I don't want a girl to touch me, I don't want her to touch me.
Yeah,
that's it.
But
just don't touch people.
Yeah.
Well, no, like,
but listen, you've worked
just
with
don't
people.
Be out there
you've worked with
and
people
touch
who,
people.
You've worked with people where they're touchy people. They come around and be like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And they might like put their hand on your knee or on your shoulder, or they might and that's whatever.
Is this another?
You can just tell them straight up. Yo,
is this another
like
guy doing it to you? Or?
Could be a guy.
Well, I mean, that's just it's getting weird. But
then you just tell them, listen. Don't touch me. They do it again.
Yeah,
then it gets serious, right?
Most of the time that's what it is. Is that in the workplace, like definitely, like it's one of those. You know what? I'm uncomfortable with it.
Yeah, but a lot of people
you gotta
speak up.
No, you're right.
Some people don't speak up.
Yeah, but what if you? Okay,
some people just don't speak up. If you don't like it, just speak up. It's simple.
I knew a guy who did it left, right, and center, and he thought he was doing nothing wrong.
There you go.
Like, but some not in like sexual harassment. Well, borderline, but like he would say things and little touches, this and that. Yeah. And like he didn't get it, man. Like he just didn't get it because the girls didn't like. They didn't just turn around and be like, "What the fuck do you think you're doing?" Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, or they'd be like, "Oh." Like they'd make a jokey kind of thing about it, and then he'd laugh, and it's well, whatever. We're just laughing it off. Like,
just be straight up.
Yeah,
that's
be like,
best
hey,
way.
Don't fucking do that. Next time you do that, I'm gonna slap you in the fucking face. But the problem is, if you're a boss, like if that person has power,
see, that's the thing.
That could be. I get it because you don't want to offend that person.
You don't want to lose your money. You don't want to get fired. You don't want to get shit on. Like,
let's change it up for you. Let's say you had a female boss and she comes up to you and all of a sudden she's like, "Oh, hey, Mr. Dimes, you did some good work," and then she gives you a little tap on the thigh, close to the thing.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
If I like her,
he's whipping it out.
If I like her, you know what I mean. Like, I'm down.
See this? That's what I asked earlier. Though, are there any guys? Reporting this?
Yeah. There was one altercation. No. Terry Crews.
But that was by another man.
Yeah.
I'm talking about because I know a couple of guys that years ago, like this happened. Like this, And it's fun. Like,
But
I mean,
people
it
laugh
was
at guys when they report it, man.
guys don't report it.
Well,
like,
if they did, they'd
I don't
get
think
laughed
they
at.
would.
But
Like,
they'd get laughed at.
I don't know. Maybe they would.
They
I don't
would,
know what
man,
I would
trust
do,
me.
but
No,
like,
because you know what it is? I think it's different when it comes to, like, I think it's the numbers thing. Girls get berated by guys. Like in their lifetime, they're going to get a lot of guys coming at them. Whereas guys, it's like, you know, we if we get attention from a girl, we're kind of like, ooh, this is new.
I think she likes me.
I think she likes me. Like, this is, even though it might not even be warranted, there's still a bit of a surprise factor. And I think that's the only reason why the guys aren't really coming up and speaking, because it's kind of like,
I'll tell you,
it doesn't happen.
I'll just say this.
Yeah.
You flash forward or flashback me to when I was like 22 years old.
Yeah.
And have me meet a powerful female Hollywood executive that's possibly going to put me in a blockbuster movie.
Yeah.
I'm doing whatever she wants me to do. At 22, shit.
Okay.
Up until like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you know, and so,
Yeah.
I'd probably be in. Like, I'd be like,
Yeah, so
you,
would I.
you want me to do what?
Okay.
I'd probably be in too.
Okay,
Fine.
like shit. Like,
Fine. So
it's weird or whatever, but is this a casting couch, right? Like,
fine. So let's say you
I
can.
don't know. I'm not making fun of
I
what's
know, of
happened.
course.
I'm saying for me,
Yeah.
as a somewhat normal individual guy
Yeah.
that looks at it like this person could give me a fucking career with a lot of potential money in it. They're in a position to help me.
Mm.
And if they're going to use their power to exploit me, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Like then, you know, like, I don't think a lot of guys would be.
Yeah, because we're guys, right? Is
Right,
that what
but
it-
I mean, people will say it's not right for anybody to exploit anyone,
Yeah.
and I agree.
Yeah.
But I think that guys are more accepting of it happening to them
Mhm.
from in that scenario, or from
But why?
a woman
But
in
why?
power over them,
But why?
or a random.
I get it, but why?
I don't know.
Me personally, I don't know. I don't know. I would just be down, I guess. Like
No. Okay. Well,
like,
I mean,
I don't like. I'm very like.
No, put it in this perspective. What if it was
I
a
wouldn't-
guy? No, because
If it was a guy, yeah,
No,
of course, man.
no. Hold on, no. But like, okay, it's got to be a perspective thing. What if you were getting approached by like a really, like a not so great female, like, you know, she's just not a hot female, and she's not really a thing, and she was making those moves on you, and you
Dude,
would
have you seen Weinstein? I'm thinking a comparative woman. So she's
Yeah.
older. Like, it's
a
not
female
something-
Weinstein, a female
it's not-
Weinstein.
But I'm saying at 22 years old,
yeah.
you got stars in your eyes. You know what I mean? Or a
Okay.
lot of these people, like actresses, they go to these meetings, or young, like he's meeting young actresses to go
Yeah.
over like the career, and let's have a meeting. Like, maybe I'll put you in a movie, you know? I think that, like, fuck, a lot of guys, if the roles were reversed, would be like, all right, fuck, like,
Yeah.
I'll do it. And I think a lot of
Yeah.
girls have done it and are still doing it and will do it in the future. Even with this movement,
Yeah, it's still gonna
they're
happen.
still going to do it. You know, like,
Exploitation.
yeah, people are going to keep a closer eye on it, I guess, which is good. Like, maybe they shouldn't have these fucking solo meetings
I think-
in hotels. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah, but maybe some women are like, or some guys or whatever. That situation happens. Maybe some of them are like, okay, you know what? It's going to land me a career. I'll do what I got to do. But then there's some where like they can't handle, like they don't want to be touched. They don't want nothing. You know, how do you determine who's who?
No, but
You know what I mean?
I think
Don't know.
I think as long as that opportunity, like, listen, if that opportunity comes up where, you know, I sleep with this guy and I become famous, if that opportunity is still out there, there's going to be people going down that path, even if it's wrong, even if it's
Yeah,
bad.
I get it,
So
yeah.
I think you got
Yeah.
you just got
there's girls that are cool with it.
Yeah.
Maybe like,
Yeah.
you know what?
There's going to be cool. Yeah,
There's
girls
so
that are condoning it.
there's girls that right now are that say like, well, it's not cool, but if that happened to me in 1997 and it's 20 years later and I'm a movie star now because of that person and now I'm destroying them,
Yeah,
there's some girls out there thinking this, like, they're like, I would do it. They're like, I wouldn't destroy him either after. I'd be like, you know what? I got millions in my pocket all because
yeah.
that
Okay.
guy gave me a career.
Now-
but it doesn't make it right,
It doesn't-
and it changes for people without
It doesn't
money.
make it right. It does not make it right 100%.
Yeah.
But let's say you're like a high-end producer or whatever,
Yeah.
and you're continually getting, let's say, guys or girls coming to you with the mentality
Yeah.
that you just said, like, like I'll do what I have to do. I'm gonna make millions.
If they're coming to you if a girl, maybe that's the difference.
If they are, hold on.
Maybe that's the difference.
But if they are coming to you that way, right? Maybe it affects the producer to a certain degree. If person after person come to that producer and then they're just whacked out.
No, because he's doing it to people that aren't asking for any of that. He's just seeing attractive young people. And they're just doing it. Like, he's not alone, man. There's probably tons of them that are still fucking doing it that are like, shit. Hopefully my name doesn't get brought up. Actors are doing it. Like, if you're a movie star, you know what I mean? You're on a fucking film and you get an extra that comes in and catches your eye. You don't think she's star fucking crossed, stars in her eyes? Like, holy fuck, this guy's taking notice, or, this is her first role. Like, she'll do anything, people will. I'm not saying I said they will, but I'm sure there are some that won't.
I just think that there's always going to be that factor of people in power and those who
taking advantage
are going to take. Look, an example: rock stars. Do you think that they're using their rock star status to get laid all the time is really wrong? I don't think so. I think that's part of the perks.
I think there's an agreement with them though. Like, I think that. I'm sure there's dancers, like girls in the shows that get harassed, like, you know what I mean? For sure. But I think, like, if you're like a groupie or you're out as a rock star or whoever the fuck you are at a bar, like, if a girl comes up and, like, if she's trying to get with you, like, it's assumed then, like, you're just out having a beer. Like, I don't know. Like, I think you got to feel it out, but, like, maybe that's what they want. Like, I don't know. Like, if,
Okay, I just think, okay, so... In terms of the allegations for like in Hollywood, though, you think that? I mean, they're gonna make changes and stuff like that, where these guys kind of be exploiting that power to get, like, you sleep with me, you get into a movie. I think that needs to change.
It'll never change. Well, no, I think that the big numbers will go down.
Okay,
it'll never stop.
It'll never stop.
It'll never.
You don't think?
No, it'll never.
But do you think that? But do you think that's because of like these old guys, and that's just their ways, or do you think we just got to wait for the next wave of the next generation?
I think young guys are probably doing it too. Young producers, 40-year-olds. 35-year-old guys that are fucking producing a show or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure they do.
But is that a
meeting with potential actresses?
Yeah, but is that an inherently because of like the power that they're given, or do you think that's just a guy thing? You think guys are always going to find that way to exploit it?
I think it's a thing of somebody put in power.
Okay.
That has that mentality. That's not distinguishing between what their pool of dating should be, and what their business, professional life should be. Because, like, I think that a lot of people end up blurring the lines. Like, a lot of what they do is social, is going to parties, is going here, meeting people in fucking weird places, out of the office, having fucking drinks, like, and I think they blur the line. I think maybe that's part of it, and they go...
That happens everywhere, though.
It does, yeah, for sure. It's not like they're always meeting in like a fucking workplace with a sign on the door, that acknowledges like this is a workspace. To them, they're just meeting somebody that wants to be in a movie, potentially, and then they're exploiting maybe that person. Like, I think that it's always happened, and I don't think you can stop it fully.
Okay,
and I think that's a big problem, and I think that. It'll never stop. And it's just women, like, hopefully, like,
it's just like crime. It can never stop, but like you can educate people and like mitigate it. Okay, right? That's what he's saying.
Yeah, and like, I think that it's going to have to come down. I think the agents, I think that these people with the money that make these movies are in power, whatever. I think, for him, the agents knew, everybody knew.
Yeah.
And like, it still was
a lot of people
happening.
knew. But nobody made the decision to go ahead and actually step out and like call him out on his shit because he had so much power. But I guess the reason why they came and called him out now was because it was like, holy shit, there's actually a lot of us.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Do you think some of the well or better off actresses out there now that have made money, that have had this happen to them, whether it's by him or whoever, I'm not saying that it's right. Would they, if you could give them the opportunity to never have that happen, and potentially their career would have never happened, but that we could take that away, we could take that moment away.
Yeah.
would they like to do that?
It depends.
That's
on the,
hard to
that's
answer.
A percentage.
Man.
Because
That's a hard question,
you're basically
man.
taking away their life, their lifestyle.
Some of them basically meet a high-ranking Hollywood powerhouse producer,
Yeah.
blow them, or get naked, or let them fondle you up, or whatever, give them a massage, or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just focusing on this clown.
Yeah.
And then he puts you in a movie, 2-3 movies or whatever, or don't do that. You don't get put in his movies, and then maybe you make it big, maybe you don't. Maybe somebody else gives you an opportunity, or maybe that never happens for you. You want to give back your $68 million? You like the life you live in now?
That you know what? I think that
It doesn't make it right.
It depends on the person, but I mean, at the end, you can't do that. You can't reverse that shit. What's done is done. But there is that, and you know what? The person that they made these decisions when they were young, right? Versus when they were, when they're older.
well,
That's again, it's statute of limitations and also like experience. When you do a lot of dumb shit when you're young and you get put into a lot of dumb situations.
That guy, though, that Weinstein guy, he's older. Like he's been doing it since like the 80s.
Yeah.
So he started in like when he was like 30 and started to like fuck around and has never stopped.
Yeah.
And it's coming out now, right? And I think others are like that. And I think actors are like that too. I think actors are used to going places. Why the fuck do you think so many of these guys, like these older, actors, I don't know the name, like Jack Nicholson's.
Okay.
Like the older guys, we've talked about them before.
Yeah.
They never married, or they might have kids, but they never married. You know what I mean? Like they stayed single.
Because they know
why?
Yeah.
Because they're huge stars. They got tons of money, and wherever they go, women want to get with them, and that's their life. Like they can go anywhere they want, for the most part, and they can get a girl.
Yeah.
Like there's somebody that you go, even if they're old, you know what I mean? Even if they're old. They can fucking 60 years old, man. They can go and sit at a bar or go somewhere, and young girls are going to be coming up and whatever. And it's probably not hard for them to just be like, well, I got a hotel room over at the Four Seasons over there. You want to just come on over and have a couple of drinks, and then all of a sudden something happens, and and
it's
then
done. Yeah.
Girl says she did something with some movie star. Guy goes to New York. Never see them again.
Yeah.
And I think that happens a lot.
I think so too.
Like, I think that happens a lot in every fucking movie stars, athletes, like anybody, any personality.
Yeah, I think someone famous. I'm not sure if it was Drake. I read it somewhere. I don't know if it was Drake or whoever. But they had like a trunk full of like panties or something. Yeah, because they can, like you said, go wherever.
Rock stars do that too, man.
Yeah, rock stars. Yeah,
100%, man. It's
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but. It's a weird situation over there, but if anybody's surprised by it, like I'm surprised that somebody's so dumb, like that guy, to do it. And he's doing weird shit, man. Like other guys, it's not good, but like they grab somebody on a movie set, or they're doing this or that. But like we're at the point now where I'm reading that people are now, it's just comments.
What do you mean?
Like just comment, like people just like. At a gala, and somebody, they see somebody, well, no, that was good, I love that movie. So you look great,
and then
all of a sudden
they
say something like, "I'd love to take you back to my hotel room," and it's like, boom, and that's a complaint, and that's a Me Too thing, and I'm like, okay, maybe it is, but I'm like, really, like, okay, like I guess, like I don't know, like I'm not in that position, so like maybe it would make me feel uncomfortable, but it's how many are legit?
And how many? Yeah. No, there is a lot. Like, obviously, with the numbers, there's a lot of serious shit going down. But at the same time,
there could be frauds out there trying to capitalize.
There is.
There's a lot of frauds, man.
But it's not even. I'm not even going to call fraud. I'm just going to call, like, I don't want to use it like small. But like, there's going to be people out there that are going to make claim like over just blowing shit up, right? Like if like you were saying, if somebody's at a gallery and you're a chick and a guy just comes like, oh man, you're really hot. I'd like to take you back to the hotel room. Yeah, that does sound a bit whatever, rough, but is that really an allegation? Is that really worth, going to court over? Really, like you can tell the guy straight up, like, hey, listen.
A comment for me is a comment to me. Like, I mean, fuck, for sure. Like, if it was like, if I was in a relationship with like somebody that was put in that position and it happened to them, I'd probably be pissed off. I might be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not cool. Like, I'm going to go deal with this case. But, you know, if it was me, I mean, and I'm a guy though, so totally different.
Yeah.
You know, a comment's a comment, man. Like, I'll be like, what did you just say? I don't know if I'm not really cool with that. You know, or maybe I just laugh it off. If it's a fucking powerful person, maybe I'm like, shit, it's a weird comment. But like, laugh it off. I don't know. I don't know how I would react. But you know, the difference is, you know, they walk up and grab you by the junk.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you're like, oh, okay, cool. Or maybe you're like, oh, fuck, that was weird. Like, I got to get out of here. Like, what's going on? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how people would react.
Yeah.
Because it's weird, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I don't know. I think. I mean, we have a perspective because we're guys, right? We you know, and you know, we know the guy's point of view of like, you know, we do some pretty pervy stuff as guys, whatever in general. But I mean, they take it to the extreme. But these girls have to go through stuff, and I don't know.
Oh, there's definite harassment going on.
Yeah.
But like, if you were a movie star, you know. That's part of your, like, it's your professional life, but it's also like you're gonna meet people. Like, how many movie stars work with each other? They start dating.
Yeah. Oh, no. But not only that, but like, listen. Imagine you're a guy, right? And you're an up and coming star, and you're not good with great women. All of a sudden, you're now a movie star, and they're coming to you because you're a movie star. That's gonna play out. That's gonna not fuck you up, but that's gonna like change the game for you.
Yeah, and I think
you now don't have to struggle like the other guys. You know, you can just straight up, they come to you, man.
Yeah, because it's power and status, man.
Yeah.
No, for sure. Absolutely. I don't think anybody disagrees with any of that. It's just, it's how it's happening.
You know what it is?
You know what I mean? Like, if girls are like, oh, you know what? This guy, Special K, you're a movie star? Oh, I loved you in that movie. That movie was great.
Yeah.
You know, wow, how was working with Will Smith? You know, like all this.
I don't know. Come to mind.
But if you're being like a total degenerate about it.
Yeah.
Or if you're like, you're an actress too. Oh, well, I might have a role for you.
Yeah, come over to my hotel room. And
all of a sudden you're luring them over and in on false pretenses or using your position to do that, then that's wrong. You know?
I would be
but
straight
if you're
up
just in a bar and you're like, I'm like, so you
I think a lot of people use their positions
fun?
Though to take advantage of other people in general.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that your theory or the comment of nice guys finish last or whatever, it does have merit in certain things because, I mean, they've done a study where they've said like fucking like people that run companies are like psychopaths or sociopaths because they don't give a shit about anybody else. Or they're just fucking like they're willing to step on everyone and just get the job done, like corporate throat slashing, and like they're rewarded for this.
Mm-hmm.
And then they become powerful in whatever companies, whether it's because, you know, they're producing movies and they have money and they're put in that position, or they work their way up the ranks. But nice people generally treat everybody equally and like, oh, okay, well, fuck, you know?
Yeah.
But these others, like they typically like, you know, their families are going away. They're either neglecting family to achieve their goals and they're willing to kill you on the way up, you know, so they're stepping on everyone. They don't give a fuck. So, you know, their outlet is that, but who knows how they're treating fucking other people. Maybe they're like that in their personal life. Maybe they're like that to their women's staff. Who knows? Maybe they're fucking harassing them.
You know what? When it comes to these guys, these Weinsteins of the world, and like basically the people in power, it comes down to what Spider-Man says, man. With great power comes great responsibility. And you know what?
Yeah, but how many people follow that?
Well, that's the thing.
I would like to think it's a lot, but
that's the thing. You know, we gotta get it through these guys' heads, right? You know, and
you can't.
Yeah, I know you can't, but hopefully,
and like that guy's like these guys. A lot of these guys got kids, man. Like this guy's got kids. And like he's still doing this shit, and it's like, you know, like you're 60 years old or whatever the fuck, 60 something years old, and you're acting like an asshole. And it's just one of those things where I feel sorry for the guy's family.
Yeah. Because
like now they're like, oh yeah, well, you know, shit, look at him. But for him, I don't feel sorry for him.
No.
You know, or anybody like that that's like extreme in that.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, like what Ben Affleck when he was like 25 or something, grabbed somebody's breast and like, okay, not cool.
Yeah.
But like, he's 40 something now. Like, I'm pretty sure, hopefully he's not doing that.
Yeah.
Not, but you know what? There's probably a lot of girls who would like him too because he's fucking jacked and he's Batman.
Yeah.
You know, like, there's probably a lot that would be I would let him do anything to me. And it's like, really?
That's the thing.
Like,
I think it's never going to stop because even though like it's wrong and whatever, there's always going to be a small percentage of people and females, whatever, that are going to allow that action to happen. And all it takes is one. All it takes is like these sharks to have one taste. You know, one, you know, really whatever, one girl that's going to be like, okay, yeah, I'll go to your hotel room and do that stuff, right? And all it takes is willing. But if everybody if everybody shut him down, I don't think he would have continued his ways. I just think that these things happen. So I understand that this movement.
You never know because it sounds like a lot did, and he still did it. Like he was still doing it, and he had been shut down probably hundreds of times. You know what I mean? Like,
but it was,
and we're not even hearing about other ones. I'm sure there are people keeping their mouths closed that are like, I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's like, well, all right, like.
Yeah,
it's just I don't understand it.
In general, there's like a lot of. I mean, if you want to even go back, I mean, remember there was stuff with Bill Cosby, the whole Bill Cosby thing.
Oh fuck! Well,
Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Cosby,
you know, like we can go,
man.
Yeah,
like, so what a fucking. I love the Cosby Show too.
Yeah,
like that's just like fuck, man. He was like the dad everybody wanted. You know, like
safe,
he was
man.
just a good dude on that show, and it turns out he's date raping.
Yeah,
like fuck.
Nobody's safe, man.
Nobody's safe. I mean, to your point of, is it going to change guys? Yeah, I think it might, but like, it's hard.
It's hard. Yeah,
like it's hard to.
Are guys generally dogs? Is that way? Like we just have too much of the dog in us, or is it?
You know what? It could be. It could, like, can scientists get to that already?
I don't know, man.
Could it get to the point where it's just proven, like, you know what? Like, men are just hopeless. Like, you know?
Yeah.
They're just gonna do it.
But there's a change. There's a change coming because guys are becoming a little bit more neutered. That's the best way to explain. A guy compared to a guy in 1950s is way more neutered than he is like.
Are you talking about neuter? Like you mean like controlling their urges?
Not controlling. They're just more docile. Like back in the day, you know, guys were going to the moon. We were slapping asses. We were doing a lot of crazy shit. Like we were doing. Now it's like, I don't know, man. We're wearing man buns and shit, and I don't know, man. I don't know, guys are
male onesie
and onesies and shaving their legs and feelings.
Yeah. I've said that before, man. One of those people. Feelings
and feelings. No,
feelings thing, man.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of people still have trouble with that.
Yeah,
but yeah. Society's changed.
Yeah.
Society's changed,
and that's why this stuff's coming out. Yeah. Anyways, that's it for tonight for the Other Guys podcast. You can listen to us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, and don't forget to like, subscribe. That wraps up that pod.